But getting the Lotus, I think Gyrocopter will be fine waiting out this minute for his courier to come. Meanwhile, over on top lane, looks like Daze will not be fine. And low skill with just one more hit, barely doing enough damage. He will be very happy with that first blood and gives the in-your-face. Mind you, even if Duza would have low rolled, Chen would have secured that last hit, like, once they start rotating. Which is probably why they're not rotating yet. Both of the Wisdom Runes now are gonna go the way of Dragon Esports Club though, as Dawnbreaker caught in a corner for getting that Rune Infernal. Killed by Got the Juice's hard carry, not what you're expecting. As there's that Daybreak and Infernal now running for his life. Got the Juice requesting the high five, but nope. Infernal dies so quickly, he will not be returning that high five. As that is a 3-man smoke now towards the portal with Niku finally having left the lane. It looks like Navi Jr. looking for kills onto that Duza. As the smoke rotation, expecting her in the jungle, but the smoke broke, the chains will hit, and there is gonna be the follow-up. Out comes the Dawnbreaker ultimate now to try and turn this around, keep the Duza alive. Duza kept alive with the Dawnbreaker trying to get something done here. Ember Spirit just harassing from a distance, but he will decide to get himself out of there as low skill, able to survive, able to continue farming. Gyrocopter already ahead of low skill, so the Duza is kind of falling behind that little bit, but now they got a chance to actually kill off the Beastmaster here. Beastmaster still able to get out of there. Invoker hunting misses the Sunstrike by just a millimeter. One more right click is gonna do it on the Beastmaster as Chen kept away. Beastmaster will be going down, and that is a 1-for-0 so far. Navi Jr. have to be really careful not to be the second kill though. And, well, speaking of Infernal, Wealth XP is now looking good thanks to the mid lane. His gold is not. He is still very much the bottom of the carries with over 1,000 gold just kind of being stacked up against Infernal here to overtake. And that's why I feel Dawnbreaker is so overrated, though then again her ultimate is really strong and that's of course what people are picking it for. But now Dawnbreaker is level 7 but has to go back once again and is gonna fall even further behind in money. Once Dawnbreaker gets to the Maelstrom, that's where Infernal will be popping off. Though he does have an ultimate ready, so maybe with that ultimate, they can set something up on the Gyrocopter on bottom lane or someone. Though Excess Vampire dies in the top triangle meanwhile. And that's kind of the continuing problem for Dragon Esports Club, whereas Navi Jr. fed the first blood and delayed their laning stage, really being able to snowball from minute 1 here. Dragon Esports Club, they're getting caught across the map every time they're trying to set up on the Gyrocopter. This is the second time that Gyrocopter is just kind of able to escape on his own, saying, hey guys, I have the getaway potential here. If nothing else, Gyrocopter and Medusa though, closest ever racing as far as the DPM goes. Almost equal now, but there is finally a successful rotation onto the Gyrocopter, and with that Gyrocopter going down, even just the once, suddenly Dragon Esports Club feeling really good about this. But as I say, that dual race may just be left behind. Invoker still trying to invoke some spells and make as much time for his team as possible, but eventually he will be caught. So dual race goes down for that, and the kills stay perfectly equal. Whereas, oh, the hookshot will come out on Infernals. Infernals locked in the Cox, not quite able to get himself away at this rate as he's broken up by the Sharpshooter and Ember Spirit. Will be taking that kill home with him. Niku very happy with that extra DPM, and Navi Jr. for the first time in ages, it feels like, a single kill ahead. Where all of your creeps are just gonna die so fast to the flag cannon, which is now gonna give Navi Jr. a guaranteed kill, because they know, hey, Chen has to be in the jungle somewhere getting new creeps. And before Mary Y can even get those creeps up, he will be Gyrocopter down. So, while the Duza carry is definitely out farming and out scaling the Gyrocopter here, in order to keep himself relevant force here. Speaking of relevant forces, low skill, nothing else, he will be seen, and that is gonna interrupt TP, so low skill. Goodbye, cruel world. He has an ultimate, is trying to make as much time as he can, but there's a Gyrocopter missile, there's the real Gyrocopter with the crits and all the damage in the world. Got the juice, gladly securing that kill. Well, he will give away that there is in fact a Neek Assassin still nearby for just a split second, which will be enough to catch him. Now the Beastmaster Roar is up again. Ember Spirit needs to go get some mana, but I think with the Beastmaster Roar they very much want to steal this Tormentor. As it looks like Dragon Esports Club have the same idea. Will make sure to take the Tormentor from NAVI Jr. to keep the gold in check. Everyone just kind of biding their time here. I'm surprised that NAVI Jr., one of the most aggressive and in-your-face teams, are playing such a quiet and systematic game. Usually they would be playing a lot more aggressively, though the Gyrocopter is definitely the kind of aggressive lane dominator here I expect from NAVI Jr. to be picked up. Neek's Assassin tries to kill off a Hoodwink, but now will be killed in exchange for that instead. As with the Beastmaster creeps, PMA makes that one look easy, and Duza maybe even able to set up something of his own, but Dawnbreaker has been found on the other side of the map, and Niku, both him and PMA are super fat. That's kind of the thing. Ember Spirit, while he is usually a really strong hero, here he kind of struggles with just, you know, as it is gonna be PMA getting caught out, but with a mass heal. Every soaked alive by the Chen. PMA with the BKB trying to get away, but Infernal already killed off by Got the Juice. Got the Juice still frontlining with the BKB. Got maximum BKB value, now dies to get maximum Aegis value as well, or at least so he hopes, because Ember Spirit, guess what, still keeping himself alive, getting the Neek's Assassin, and now getting dual race. Niku, no way, I was gonna say, no way they don't have Niku, but eventually they will finish him off. It is pretty much the only time at which you can do something, right? When Gyrocopter isn't there. Either you stunlock him off guard, or you, yeah, speaking of stunlocks by the way, rip the Neek's Assassin, Excess Vampire dying back. That for about a minute here. As this game is just going from rough to rougher. As much as I love Mary Y and as much as I love him playing Chen, because this Chen is truly, like, really, really good. Down goes the Dawnbreaker though, and that's the thing. Like, there's 4 good answers depending on how you look at it for the Chen creep army. As there's the rotation coming in. Low skill, taking a lot of damage, though that is gonna be a bit of counter poke. The Gyrocopter out of position will be the first one to die, and that is what I mean with Duza still being able to turn fights around. Though now they are low on resources, it's only the Ember Spirit still alive, and Ember Spirit has to run for his life here. Dragon Esports Club, as it looks like everything was gonna be lost with just one more team fight. Instead, they turn the game around once more perfectly, as now Niku running out of abilities to defend himself with here. Trying to still get Infernal out of that. No way! Niku completely outplays the Dawnbreak, will not be Sunstruck down, still kiting them. Oh, they should have seen that coming. That was such a misplay from Infernal, as now Niku teleports away, just telling himself outskilled, and it will not be a full team wipe. It was a perfect team fight with them catching the As there's another Roar initiation, this time around on the Invoker. Invoker still alive as Dawnbreaker comes in with a very nice ultimate, but Niku, he just tanked 3 people, now gets away from there, making space for the Gyrocopter to at least kill one. As Excess Vampire hits the floor, though Beastmaster is a very nice kill to have. Can they deal with the Gyrocopter now? Because it is looking like it, but Got the Juice will get one more kill before dying. And bam, once again, Dragon Esports Club clean up the team fight. Their Duza is online, and there is not enough answers with just the Ember Spirit. 80 seconds, no Ember Spirit, no Gyrocopter. In comes the Clockwork, trying to get a good catch. Clockwork, however, caught by the Duza, will have any use to at least keep himself alive for a little while. Duza, though, doing so much damage that Clockwork is just gonna die, as out comes the break onto the Invoker. Invoker with the Roar from the Beastmaster, put out of position, but Niku does not have the damage, as 3 people are trying to stunlock him. Gyrocopter still in a good spot in the team fight, though, as Niku did go down, bought himself back though to come back to his remnant and once again deliver that huge damage. And with that buyback from Niku, can they get more out of this? Because Navi Junior are kind of forced to. And if they lose this Ember Spirit, it would be pretty much GG though. Gyrocopter able to create him space. Gyrocopter now himself out of resources, and it looks like Dragon Esports Club will win another fight, albeit just a little, with Gyrocopter now teleporting away from there. Nice escape. Navi Junior cutting their losses perfectly, because most importantly, Niku is home safe. He had to commit his buyback, yes, but they fought into the Aegis once again, and they won the team fight against an Aegis more or less, just by keeping their Ember Spirit alive and not having to commit another buyback from the Beastmaster.
Dire's middle tower.
Beastmaster though, catching the Neeks Assassin, who will be getting himself annihilated. Yeah, Neeks Assassin may be great at area of denial himself and has done a lot of that this game. Though he too is suffering at that, as now the Dawnbreak goes down over on top lane, but that does leave Gyrocopter in a bit of a predicament, and Gyrocopter dies to the Invoker. So 100 seconds, no Gyrocopter, who doesn't have a rep here yet. Then again, as I say, that Dragon Esports Club lose their Neeks Assassin, so with that, any potential to really push the big objective they wanted. Hoodwink ultimate off the mark, and Hoodwink is gonna be the first one caught, taking the portal, though the Roshan is already being killed by the side of Navi Junior. Navi Junior, can they finish the Rosh before their contestation comes in? Because the first people are through the portal, and in comes the Invoker Tornado as Roshan goes down. Niku gets the Aegis though, and that is gonna be an Ember Spirit carrying an Aegis for the next team fight, but still a really clean initiation with the Invoker onto Got the Juicy, who now does not have an Aegis or buyback. As Gyrocopter just goes on down, no carry for 100 seconds once again. Beastmaster dies as the follow-up kill, as it looked unlikely for them for most of the game. Just because of Duza kind of having a slow start, being delayed a little bit, right? But low skill, he is having just a single depth and so much net worth. Entirely 6-slotted, the one thing he can get to get stronger is an Aghanim's Blessing. And after that, Duza will just stop scaling entirely. But it is just barely enough timing for the side of Dragon Esports Club to be the first team to rush up the high ground, start working on that tier 3 tower here. As Duza just machine gunning, and a nice catch onto the Clockwork. Clockwork getting blown up from full health in just a matter of seconds. Hoodwink will be back to try and support her team once more, and at least the other two lanes are still super pushed out, but they don't care for the other two lanes with the Alacrity up Duza. They are doing so much tower damage that the tier 4 tower is just gonna drop. Instant buyback forced out from the Clockwork. Duza still has the Alacrity, but knows that he cannot fight into an Aegis just yet. But who they can catch is the Clockwork the moment that his jetpack is wearing off. Nice catch once again as Dawnbreaker trying to frontline those. That Excess Vampire is getting chopped through by an Ember Spirit. Will make sure to dodge the Slayer Fist with the Spike Harvest, but Neeks Assassin still being ran after. Neeks Assassin now down. Meanwhile, the rest of the team only got Ice for the Ancient, and GG will be called as Low Skill finishes the Ancient. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. What a game. Dragon Esports Club. The ward will immediately spot out. Hey guys, there's smoke behind us. Though it is a really good ward behind the tower. I don't think it will be a first, but actually it will be a first blood in favor of Navi Junior at this rate. With one more hit from the tree, they will take down that lion under the tower. Oof, that's a big backfire. Like, that first blood is really coming in handy for both the off lane of Navi Junior as well as the mid lane. Because Morphling at level 1, at level 2, like with even 1 level in attribute swap, he's gonna be fine with PMA. He did not expect the support to be here. And so much for that first blood coming in handy, because that's gonna take away all of that farm and XP advantage, and instead just make it back to a difficult lane once again. Ogre Magi, once he gets a few levels in the ultimate and starts multicasting stuff, will also be a huge help to both the Morphling as well as the Tiny with that Bloodlust. It's mostly on the Tiny though. Tiny with Bloodlust is really insane, having a ton of free attack speed and turning that into very easy nuke. Speaking of nuke, there's Excess Vampire, almost gets first down by the Morph, but one more right click is gonna do the trick though. The fire from Red is secured the kill. So at the very least, Morph didn't get the kill, but Navi Junior's Morph is now popping off faster. It's getting himself stun locked up with a chain stun and a follow-up snowball. Do they have the damage to deal with the Pangolier? Not quite from the looks of it this time around. Pangolier ice sharded up awkwardly under the tower. Dragon Knight will take the opportunity to dive, get the kill, low skill. Losing this day support would be huge, mostly just because it helps the Dragon Knight gain more XP, but the Rubik's still alive, being kept alive by a mid lane TP from the Tiny as now Niku. He gets to show just what a force of nature he is this game. Toss a tree at the Lion like he's a tornado and kill him off. Over on top lane, Infernal goes down for that little bit of an over-rotation. It is gonna be 5-2. Good lead for the side of Navi Junior. Dragon Esports Club. They are gonna get some critical timing of their own eventually, but that's exactly why Navi Junior want to build as big of a lead as they possibly can early on. Nice little bounty rune contest from the Ogre will neither result in a bounty rune nor in him getting away with life. I mean, you still have to contest there, and I never blame a support for running for a bounty rune, even if you're alone and are gonna die for it like this.
Dire's top tower is under attack. It fights for its life.
Lion caught by 3. Once again tanking a tree though. Extas Vampire still alive, making as much space as he humanly can for his team. Though that little bit of a misclick there where he turned around, I think will kill him, yep. As dual race, looking for Kaya. I would love to see whether Niku's Blink Dagger time is looking good or not. But as I say that, Niku will be caught, and I may have just cast his Kirsten because in comes the Dawnbreaker with an ultimate. As Tiny taking more and more damage, will go for a nice toss back to Stormspirit. Doesn't really have any resources to defend himself with that Pangolier sticking on top of him. And Dual Race goes down, losing even the Galvanizer you get from skilling the ultimate. Dragon Esports Club once again losing a fight that they were not quite prepared for. Raid boss mode as Tiny is going. Mary White takes a toss to the face, out comes the Snowball, turning around on the creep. Pangolier poking Mary White a bit more, and Mary White will be going down.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is losing its foundation. Radiant's bark has grown thick.
The stack is already being stolen by the Morphling and got the juice. It's just gonna take up more and more and more until somebody manages to kill him, which I don't think Dragon Esports Club have the resources for right now. Though they are gonna try with the Dawnbreak, getting on top of the Morphling and the Hex coming out from the Lion. Got the juice kind of low health, will get fingered as Stormspirit jumps on top of him, will nuke him down with the Remnant combo. Riddis on the Ogre Magi. Still fine, juking away. Dawnbreaker will try to break the tree without Dawnbreaker is being pursued herself, and Dawnbreaker trying to arm the toggle through it, but will be overwhelmed by a Dragon Knight with an armlet of his own. 2 for 1 for the side of Navi Junior once again, but Navi Junior did lose their Morphling, which was of course why that push was facilitated there in the first place from Dragon Esports Club. Dragon Esports Club will get themselves an Ogre to boast.
Top tower is under attack.
As Tiny goes for the avalanche toss back, and that is gonna be Infernal getting chain stunned up. 2 more right clicks, and nice kill before got the juice once again. Morph just hitting like an absolute truck with the attack speed of a machine gun. We're gonna see how that goes. Because Morphling, yeah, he's coming in. He definitely wants to join the fight here. As Stormspirit, the first target, will be able to ultimate out, but that means Lion, Stormspirit's second mana reservoir, basically, will just be annihilated. As out comes the fourth Dawnbreaker ultimate. If they can get Niku with it, it would be huge. Dawnbreaker makes sure that Dragon Knight can get those right clicks, and Dragon Knight has quite a bit of damage, even though he is being kited. Out comes the Dragon Tail to try and get the Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi, though, still alive, still keeping himself sustained, as Dragon Knight eventually will just be focused with the Morphing's huge right click damage. Infernal now tanky enough that he should be able to tank Morphling for quite a while, but there are so many chainstones coming out. Rubik having stolen that Lion Earthspike as well.
Dire's middle tower
Navi Junior
is
looking to
learning
go for
to
another
fear.
4-man smoke. This time around to contest the Tormentor. As low skill already expects that happening. Tusk was walking forward to try and give him vision, as now the Tormentor will still be stolen with those huge health pools in the front line. Dragon Knight is gonna try to secure it, but just barely misses the timing on that refire. Morphling over on top. Maybe in a little bit of danger, but having that Aegis, he is the danger. And that is gonna be Morphling versus 3, with just like team coming behind for the cleanup when Morph had already turned the fight around by just pressing EKB. As Morphling getting the mid tier 3 tower in just a matter of seconds. Fortify will be used to try and keep it alive just that little bit longer. Mid will be annihilated. Got the juice with the bloodlust, hitting harder and faster by the second.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. It may. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Their defense has weakened. Radiant's top barracks have been demolished.
That's gotta be the tier 3 that Excess Vampire trying to defend, but will be scouted out by the Rubik with Stormbringer ultimate, and knowing that Excess Vampire is there means they can now nuke the Lion. Lion immediately buying back with Dawnbreaker, that without buyback. Tusk already dead as well. Storm Spirit still zip-zapping around trying to defend, but eventually he will run out of mana. At the moment he runs out of mana, Dual Race goes down, GG being called. 26 minutes. See, this is the NAVI Junior I know. This is how they won last season and became our champions there. Go for an aggressive draft, make sure you align that timing perfectly. And they had really good. And kind of be ahead as long as you get those kills I mentioned earlier. As the first blood quite easily taken by PMA. Mary Y goes on down, and low skill now off to a hard start. This is exactly the opposite of the start that Nature's Prophet wanted. He wanted a really fast in-your-face game where he's the one pushing the tempo instead of his support being obliterated before even level 2. It looks like Daze manages to kill up low skill. Either they gotta make sure the Nature's Prophet pops up in his own lane, or gotta commit for some high value kills wherever they can. Niku makes sure to get himself dual raised. Has got the juice already sitting forward under the tower with a kill. Just playing a 0 mana lane. Though with the cock stacking up on him, he will be stun locked a little too long in the Scorched Earth. And with the Doom just ticking away at him, Infernal gets himself a nice kill and then tips Excess Vampire. Tipping your own teammate for enabling that really sick play there. Even if you know, try to arena him the moment he uses Blink, that's not the way to go here, though. Dragon Knight will catch himself. Excess Vampire once again on that clockwork. Shutting off Dragon Esports Club support completely here. A nice arena and a good kill. Forgot the juice there with the breathe fire as Niku gets a spear off to try and secure himself that rune, and he will get it. So both wisdom runes as well stolen by Navi Junior. The gold not escalating any further, but the Dragon Knight is, and so is the XP differential. As Shadow Demon trying to be as annoying and cancerous as he possibly can, and Mary White just bam gets blown up. As Queen of Pain tries to set up an ultimate for the Phoenix, will get a beautiful kill at maximum range. Dual Race when it comes to playing those obnoxious heroes and denying, I mean his name is Dual Race. That alone should give you an idea of how much he loves playing obnoxious heroes and doing stuff like this. And with the Shadow Demon setup. Doom certain to go down. Infernal so far not getting the value out of the ultimate that he wants to, and I think that's a large reason of why Dragon Esports Club are falling so far behind. Gotta use that Doom ultimate efficiently every time it's ready. Dragon Esports Club finally are rotating to try and find a target for that Doom ultimate, for that hookshot setup, as Clockwork will be set up himself instead. But little do they know, there is the big Doombringer coming in. Defensive Mars Arena though, keep Doom away, as Excess Vampire still alive thanks to that, with the Nature's Prophet now finally starting to leave his lane and provide that extra aggression. Showing some presence over on bot lane. Shadow Demon still running for his life. Magnus starting to look pretty farmed himself. Though the same can be said about the Nature's Prophet, who had a hard lane and was kind of falling behind there, but is now finally catching up. But Merrywise still gonna get absolutely destroyed by NAVI Jr., who will now use this opportunity.
Dire's middle tower is learning to fear.
Well, to first force out a fortification if nothing else, but I think this should still be some really good tower damage. Or a teleport forced out from Infernal, who, speaking of, well, his name, Infernal, being very fitting, still has the Doom ultimate ready. As that is gonna be Excess Vampire down once again, this time around 2 Ridders on that Phoenix. The hardest scaling carry if he's not super far ahead. Dragon Esports Club are still supposed to do something about this. Instead, they will lose their Pugna though, and now get Clockwork torn out of his cogs with 4 people setting up on him. Dodges the spear, will still be stunned as the spear did technically pin him to a tree. Fun little interaction, hookshot while you're being speared, but Clockwork is still gonna die for that. That's gonna make it 3,000 gold lead for the side of NAVI Jr., who will use this as an opportunity. Push out the mid tier 1 finally, or are they? Because they see a Queen of Pain in her jungle, try to hunt for her instead, don't quite get the co-op. Now have Magnus out of position and in a bit of a risky spot. Magnus I say, Mars I mean. As he will get the arena up, but with the Magnus, not quite the play that they wanted. Oh, that was so close to keeping 3 people stun locked in the arena damage instead of outside of the arena, but Magnus, he was just a little step too far, as NAVI Jr. tried for such a difficult play that was almost guaranteed to kind of give this free kill to the side of Dragon Esports Club. Then again, it would have been so sick if it was worked, right? That would have just been a really, really sick play there, as the mid tier 1 tower will now first fall in favor of Dragon Esports Club. As Magnus catches himself a Clockwork, his teammates are gonna be teleporting in. Magnus doomed up, forced to run back with the BK, but there is the Nico arena. He has just been waiting to hit. The spear though will be entirely denied thanks to a BKB being activated from the Doom, and as the echoes up, Dragon Knight kind of isolated with everybody being just barely out of range. Does BKB of his own, manages to use that turnaround. Get a few right clicks up as Magnus catches himself another one, and there's the cleanup RP having been saved for the end of the team fight. NAVI Jr. will succeed in getting themselves a 2-for-1 once again. Doom has a Blink Dagger, 8 seconds on the BKB and an ultimate. So if they find that Blink Doom initiation, things could go either way, as Niku forced to go for defensive ultimate over on the mid lane. Had used the BKB as well, but that was Dual Razor's ultimate committed for him. So ultimate for ultimate trade, plus a BKB activated, as now Magnus, getting ran down by the Doom, will be forced to activate yet another BKB, but Infernal, without that ultimate, not the good enough Blink Doom they were looking for, as that's gonna be a double kill for Daze. And Daze, so much for Shadow Demon not being able to farm. He got himself an excellent force that timing just from getting himself 6 freaking kills. Still trying to defend his teammates with the Shadow Poisons here. Queen of Pain makes sure to be a nuisance and just harass them with everything he got. Will get to harass him for that, but only for a little while before he does in fact get to finish this tower job done. As now over on top lane though, a big fight is gonna break out with once again a Doom on a Magnus. Magnus though with his BKB able to get away, whereas Nature's Prophet is slow thanks to Shadow Demon ultimate. Will be able to get down that high ground though. So 3 BKBs for 2 BKBs activated. All the BKBs have been pressed in that fight. again, Mary Y will be the one to get caught out. Navi Jr. yet another pickoff. Have literally 3 times the kills that Dragon Esports Club have. But kills aren't the only thing that matters. With how close this series has been, anything can happen here depending on how well the initiations are. Because Dragon Knight, we've seen him get kited in the team fights a bunch, but we've also seen Doom just ignored by the Magnus, who already pressed his BKB beforehand. Doom will once again just be pressing the ultimate, knowing that there's only one teleport interrupting BKB piercing thing available, and he denies that by dooming the Magnus. But that also means Doom is now on cooldown for a whole 2 minutes, where Navi Jr. can do whatever the hell they please. Over on top though, with a double damage rune on the Mars. Mars trying to find a good arena. Not the best arena, but at the very least he catches Excess Vampire. And Niku, with that mid lane Mars, most importantly, he is going with his team a lot. He is fighting a lot and playing very proactively. Clockwork goes for a hook shot. Will be setting up onto the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon immediately killed, but that is the Doom getting found. And he has his ultimate ready and the BKB, but can press neither of them with a beautiful spear to the arena, as now Niku gets caught for that. But he is armor toggling as long as he can, just buying that little bit of extra space as the Phoenix Egg comes out. Nature's Prophet using his BKB to get as much impact as possible. And this is what I mean, he has the damage, it's just about getting in those right clicks. 2-for-2 trade this time around. Not the greatest fight for Dragon Esports Club, because they did waste the Doom ultimate basically by not pressing it at all, and Doom just getting caught really hard. And it will be Nature's Prophet ran it by the Magnus first, forced to press BKB quite early on, as Queen of Pain will be the main target. Magnus presses RP on the Queen of Pain, who doesn't die and then will be dying himself. Navi Jr. once again not quite finding the initiation that they have been looking for. And with just 11 kills, Dragon Esports Club still looking really good in this team fight, as Pugna, one big crit from the Dragon Knight, enough to do him in. Now Dragon Knight wants to chase for more. Nature's Prophet a lot tankier, but with the Phoenix Egg and a lot more follow-up from the side of Navi Jr. Dragon Knight together with the Phoenix now holding his own, trying to get the Doombringer, but will eventually be killed as Infernal still alive. Also finally killed off by Niku. Now Phoenix goes down to the Queen of Pain as Nature's Prophet buys back and says it's now or never. This is the biggest lead we're gonna get against Navi Jr. with how well they've been playing this. Mary Y manages to dodge the angry Rhino. And Magnus really wants that kill. He will in fact commit the one-man RP just to make sure that they get that Pugna support. As Got the Juice will be caught across the map. Got the Juice though has the BKB, so he will be able to teleport out. And that's not just Mary Y, that's Excess Vampire also dying to the Dragon Knight's damage. So not 1 but 2 kills as a matter of fact going the way of Navi Jr. While it is just support, it is not bad for a start if they want to turn this into something more. Is down, Nature's Prophet a bit out of position, broken up, and with that break, Nature's Prophet cannot do anything to defend himself as another chain stun comes on in. Nice little initiation there. Dragon Knight got himself an Orchid as well, just to make sure he can catch people. Look at that 2-minute death timer on the Nature's Prophet, who now has a buyback just in time too, because I think they're gonna have to use it here.
The flames.
And that is gonna be one lane of racks down and a Clockwork down to both. They may have gotten the bottom racks, but Dragon Esports Club, they don't want to buy back their Nature's Prophet, so for 30 seconds they are just gonna have to accept any damages that this Dragon Knight is gonna deal to their base. A lane of racks for sure, but how much more can they get now? 15 seconds for the Nature's Prophet to be back. Once he's back, we're gonna see ourselves some real action, probably fortification used up as well. 5 seconds till the Nature's Prophet back. Queen of Pain already has used the ultimate though, and that means Niku is just gonna drop his ult on top of her. Nature's Prophet is now back, and they saved this buyback. Good job, but in exchange for that, the Queen of Pain did die, as Nature's Prophet is now gonna come out as Roshan. Downed, and Aegis going the way of God the Juice. Over on top now, Nature's Prophet isolated, and seeing the Nature's Prophet, they will instantly kill him off. 100 seconds death timer. Some good top push being delivered by the Pugna, who just wants to chip. But over on top, Navi Jr. are still all grouped up and looking in fighting shape. Looking for the tier 3. And once the tier 3 crumbles, the entire lane of Rex will whip it. Dragonite now has the ultimate active, so immediately goes onward for the final melee Rex of the game. As Clockwork knows if these Rex fall, it will be GG. Jumps for the Dragonite, and they will nuke him down with the Orchid and all the burst damage they have. Nature's Prophet presses the BKB to deal with the Mars Arena, but Mars, he is fine using that arena to run at other people. As Magnus, look at that setup, making it 2, making it 3 people in the middle of the team fight. As Magnus still trying to set up more. Mars will get Orchided, but in the arena he is safe from the right clicks from the Nature's Prophet. And this was 2 buybacks just committed from Dragon Esports Club as Navi Jr. 30,000 ahead. Will be smoking up Phoenix. He realizes the smoke breaks, immediately presses the ultimate. And with that beautiful, perfectly timed Phoenix, like the only one dying is Niku, who will immediately buy back, run down the Clockwork. Clockwork will get right click down. Ultra kill for the Dragonite. Can he make it a Rampage? Maybe not with that Shadow Demon save, but Clockwork will hookshot himself in, just trying to make space as Dragonite. No Rampage for him. PMA ends up stealing his Rampage. Maybe they can still get it? Yeah, there it is. Rampage in an official game, ladies and gentlemen, for the Dragonite. This is just a testament to God the Juice. This huge level of skill, nothing else. I'm not even a fan of the Dragonite hero as a hard carry, because I think he falls off at some point just way too hard. But here, with the Magnus, and then like switching Magnus and Mars, make sure it's the mid Mars getting played by Niku here, was just amazing, because I think the other way around it wouldn't have worked. This is the only constellation in which this draft makes any sense. And got the juice on the Dragonite. He performed well. They made sure to give him all the stacks in the world, stack up as much as they possibly could for him to farm with the cleave, and by the time that he had gotten the stacks, he was like 3 or 4 levels over leveled. Man, I'm not even sure who my MVP is here. It's definitely not Niku, because it was Niku before already when Navi Jr. won game number 2. But I'm honestly debating between Got the Juice or this insane Magnus, or even the Phoenix, because Phoenix too should not be underrated. The X this game have been truly insane.